What is TMT bar? Today we are going to study about TMT bar, that is thermostatic mechanically twisted bars. So steel bars, that is thermostatic mechanically treated, are harder in outer surface and are softer in the core. These are actually called TMT bars. First step comes the quenching process. It is the first step in manufacturing of the TMT bars. Here, the hot rolled bars leaves the final mill stand and as a result goes to the quenching box. Next step is the tempered martensite. In this particular stage, the bar leaves the quenching box and the inner core continuously supplies heat to the outer core and helps to create the structure. Next step is the atmospheric cooling. It's the third and final stage in which bars reaches to the cooling beds. In this stage, bars reaches to its final structure with harder outer base and softer in core that ductile to be used for all the construction purposes. Now comes the manufacturing of the TMT bars. So here is a flow diagram of the manufacturing process of the TMT bars. The raw materials at first goes to the DRA plant and from there the sponge iron is being collected and sent to the blast furnace and from there oxygen is being supplied and the billets are being formed. From there the mills are being rolled and finally the TMT bars are being formed. As we know, Sham Steel is one of the most iconic and the leading company that do business with the TMT bars. They manufacture the TMT bars. So its advantages are these are consistent being in quality along with uniform grades and these also have the superior stability. The properties for higher durability and workability is very much easy. Now comes the strength and the ductility of the TMT bars. What is the strength and ductility of the TMT bars? Strength and ductility are the two most important features in the TMT bar. For strength and ductility, any building or structures, the load bearing capacity increases and the longevity of the building increases. The strength of the TMT bars is equal to the amount of stress the materials can take before they fall or fatigues onto it. And the ductility of the TMT bars is equal to the TMT bars can bend up to its optimum tensile strength without losing its strength or being brittle. During the manufacturing process of thermomechanical treatment in the atmospheric cooling stage, the TMT bars actually become ferrite pearlite structure. Ferrite pearlite structure is nothing but it's soft in the inner core and strong from outside. The TMT bars is one of the main components of the RCC structures. If the TMT bars are not strong enough, then the structure will not be able to sustain. Thus, it needs to be strong enough to take the load bearing capacity. Ductility is very important in TMT bars so that it can exchange the extra energy during an earthquake and hold the structure from being uprooted. That is why earthquake resistant TMT bars are most preferred for all type of construction purposes. What is the yield strength in the TMT bars? Yield stress, that is Newton per mm square, is different for each grades. As per IS 1786-2008, FE 500D comes with the maximum yield strength. For Fe 500D, the yield strength is 500. Yield strength or yield stress is a maximum optimum level of stress point at which the material started deform. Yield point is where the deformation actually starts. If the material crosses the yield point, some of the fractional damage to the material will be permanent and irreversible. So in the given table, we can see the yield strength in different grades of the TMT bars. What is actually ductility in the TMT bars? Ductility means the ability of the material to easily deform and adapt as it is put under stress with tensile load within a construction unit. Ductility of the TMT bar mainly counts on the elongation, how much elasticity the materials has from its original length to the point of collapse. Ductility is the ability of the TMT bar to be elongated without losing its strength. Ductility in TMT bar is more important because it determines how much it can bend as per the construction requirement. Therefore, elongation is one of the most important factor before you choose to buy a particular TMT bar. So, what would be the final decision to make before buying a particular TMT bar? TMT bar should have enough strength so that it can take the load bearing pressure, plus the TMT bar should be ductile so that it can be used for all the construction purposes without being brittle. Then how to take the final decision before we buy a particular TMT bar? We should check the below mentioned points before taking the final decision for buying the TMT bars. The TMT bar should have the perfect combination of strength and flexibility so that it can withstand the load at the same time flexibility makes it usable for all type of construction purposes. If any of it is not perfect, that can result fatal to the construction. The TMT bar should have higher yield strength, ultimate tensile strength, easy bendability, and high weldability. As per IS Indian Standards 1786-2008, FE 500D grade TMT bar has the perfect combination of strength and flexibility. That is why it is widely used for all the construction purposes. TMT bars that are manufactured in integrated steel plant are best in the quality. In integrated steel plants, reverse mechanism enables preparing the raw materials at the factory that ensures quality control. Amongst few, Sham Steel is the first company in eastern India who invested developing their own integrated steel plant. Therefore, since 1953, Sham Steel successfully delivers the best in class steel products to the country. Sham Steel's FlexiStrong TMT bar is associated with India's largest projects. TMT bar is the most important construction material for our home that determines the longevity of the structure. So before buying a particular TMT bar, we need to ensure and check all the facts and do not compromise with the quality. Thank you.